Somewhere in the world, there is an island that doesn't behave like other islands. It doesn't just sit there waiting to be looked at. It reaches back. It does something quiet and irreversible to the people who arrive on its shores. And most of them, if you ask, can't quite explain what happened or when it began. This is Bali, and it begins before you're ready for it. There are places in the world that exist to be visited, seen, photographed, checked off a list. Bali is not one of those places. Bali is a place that happens to you. It gets into your lungs with the incense smoke and your skin with the volcanic heat. And by the time you think to ask what's happening, it's already too late. Tucked between the Java Sea and the Indian Ocean, this island is improbably small for everything it contains. Active volcanoes and ancient coral reefs, highland jungles and black sand beaches, sacred springs that have flowed without pause for 1,000 years, rice terraces so mathematically perfect they seem designed by someone who understood both engineering and beauty at the same time. But here's what the photographs don't tell you. Bali is not a backdrop. It is a living civilization with an interior life as complex as any place on Earth. Every morning, before the tourists wake up and the traffic begins, millions of small woven palm leaf baskets filled with flowers and incense are placed at shrines across the island. An act of devotion, so ordinary it's invisible, so constant it's the pulse of the place. The Balinese have a phrase, scala niscala, the seen world and the unseen world, both real, both present, both requiring attention. We are going to take you across this island. We'll show you the Bali everyone comes for, and the Bali most people never find. So take a breath, settle in, because this island doesn't reveal itself all at once. It opens slowly, petal by petal, surprise by surprise, until suddenly you look up and realize you are standing inside something extraordinary. Let's begin. Ubud, the island's spiritual heart. Just north of Ubud, the land drops into one of Southeast Asia's most breathtaking landscapes. The Tegalalong terraces cascade in sculpted layers of green. Fed by a UNESCO-listed Subak irrigation system older than memory. Walk the narrow paths. Watch the water flow from one terrace to the next in a chain never broken. Sacred Monkey Forest Sanctuary. Ancient fig trees reach their roots through temple stone, and through the dappled light, the residents appear. Over 1,000 long-tailed macaques live here, alongside 3 moss-draped Hindu temples. With the confidence of creatures who know exactly who is in charge. Kampuhan Ridge Walk, a gentle trail along a spine of land above 2 rivers, valley views stretching in every direction. Come early, the light is golden, the air is cool, and for a moment, Ubud belongs entirely to you. Pura Tirta Empul. Built around a spring, the Balinese believe was created by the god Indra himself, flowing without pause for over 1,000 years. Pilgrims pass beneath the waterspouts in the purification ritual called Melukat. Faith expressed not in words, but in water. Teganunan Waterfall. Southeast of Ubud, the earth drops away. Teganunan tumbles over volcanic rock into a churning pool below. And on a hot afternoon, stepping into that cold, powerful rush is one of the island's simple, perfect pleasures. Ubud Art Market. A labyrinth of color and craft. Batik sarongs, hand-carved masks, woven bags, silver jewelry, shadow puppets. Negotiate, it's expected, and a good-natured haggle often ends with a sale and a laugh. Wander without a plan. Alas Harum. Set in a working agro-tourism park surrounded by rice terraces, Alas Harum offers Bali's famous swing experiences, arcing out over jungle valleys from dizzying heights, thrilling, beautiful, and the views from up there are worth every breathless second. Seminyak, Bali's most stylish beach destination. Designer boutiques, rooftop restaurants, and beach clubs that somehow feel relaxed rather than pretentious. This is where Bali comes to play. Beach Seminyak. Wide, golden, dramatic. Waves roll in long and powerful from the Indian Ocean, and at sunset, the light turns everything amber and rose. Not a beach for swimming, but as a place to feel the full weight of the ocean and watch Bali deliver its nightly masterpiece, extraordinary. Canggu. Once a quiet stretch of rice fields and surf breaks. Today, a collision of creative energy, surf culture, and digital nomad life. It shouldn't work, and yet, it does. Echo Beach. A powerful left-hander for serious surfers when the swell is up. And a beautiful stretch of shoreline for everyone else, with food stalls and beachside restaurants where you can watch the pros from a perfect vantage point. Batu Bolong Beach. Canggu's social heart. A small black sand beach anchored by an ancient temple at the water's edge, its stone walls worn smooth by salt air and centuries of worship. At sunset, the temple glows against the orange sky in a scene that never gets old. Surf spots. From beginner-friendly breaks near the shore to demanding reef breaks further out, the water here accommodates every level. Many visitors come to Canggu for a week. Many stay considerably longer. Cafes and co-working spaces. World-class specialty coffee, smoothie bowls in colors too vivid to be real, fast Wi-Fi everywhere. Sit at any cafe and you'll hear 5 languages before your order arrives. An unlikely community, but a warm one. Uluwatu. At the end of the Bukit Peninsula, sheer limestone cliffs drop 70 meters straight into the Indian Ocean. Waves detonate against rock far below. Eagles circle overhead. And at the very edge, a temple watches over it all. Pura Luhur Uluwatu Temple, one of Bali's 6 sacred directional temples standing on this cliff since the 11th century. Walk through forested grounds past monkey sentries, and suddenly the path opens. Nothing ahead but ocean, and the sound of waves far below. Kechak dance, sunset performance. Hundreds of men gather in a circle and begin to chant. Cake, cake, cake. The sound builds into a hypnotic wall of percussion. No instruments, only the human voice, as the Ramayana unfolds in firelight and the sun sinks into the Indian Ocean. You will not forget it. Milasti Beach. White sand cradled between dramatic limestone headlands, water moving through every shade of turquoise before deepening to blue. The effort required to reach it is exactly what preserves its feeling of discovery. Padang Padang Beach. You descend through a narrow gap in the cliff, a stone passageway that feels like entering a secret, and the beach opens before you, sheltered and sparkling. A world-class surf break to the left. Limestone walls on every side, a hidden room the ocean has kept to itself. Suluban Beach. Accessed through a cave tunnel in the cliff face, and that passage alone is worth the trip. Step through the rock into a cathedral of ocean light, surfers dropping into barrels in the middle distance, the ordinary world very far away. Pederainen, just north of Canggu, quieter and slightly less discovered, a taste of what Canggu felt like before the world found it. Pederainen Beach, wide and wild, rough surf, dark sand, dramatic skies. A beach for people who want the ocean honest and undressed, without the beach club crowd. Cafes and boutique shops. Independent cafes, local designers, small galleries and plant-filled courtyards. Samor. On the island's east side, Sanur tells a gentler story. The reef calms the ocean into clear, shallow water, perfect for swimming. And mornings here are extraordinary. The beach fills not with tourists, but with Balinese releasing offerings to the sea. Match its pace, and you'll find it one of the island's most restorative places. Ahmed. A string of fishing villages along Bali's northeast coast where volcanic slopes tumble toward black sand, and the water is so alive with coral that the diving ranks among Indonesia's best. The USAT Liberty shipwreck rests just offshore, now an extraordinary artificial reef. Come here to decompress, to wake to silence and the sound of the sea. Bedugul, Bali's cool volcanic highlands. Crater lakes surrounded by jungle and mist. A landscape so lush it feels almost too green to be real. Pura Ulun Danu Beratan, a water temple rising from the surface of Lake Breton, dedicated to the goddess of the lake. When morning mist rolls across the water and the mountains disappear into cloud, the temple appears to float between earth and sky. Garuda Vishnu. Standing 121 meters tall on a hilltop south of Ubud, the Garuda Vishnu Kencana statue is one of the largest in the world. The Hindu god Vishnu astride his divine eagle, visible from much of southern Bali on a clear day. Walk around its base and look up. Handara Gate, twin split temple walls rising from mountain mist. One of Bali's most dramatic pieces of sacred architecture. Come early, come in the mist, stand in the gate and feel the scale of it. Tanah Lot, a temple on a dramatic offshore rock, surrounded by crashing ocean. At high tide, the rock becomes an island entirely, and at sunset, when the silhouette of the temple rises against a burning horizon, you understand why this image has come to represent Bali to the world. Some clichés earn their reputation. Mount Batur. Before dawn, a flashlight and a trail climbing through volcanic forest. 2 hours to the summit. And then the sun rises. Light spreads across the caldera, illuminating the lake below and the silhouette of Agung in the east. The volcano breathes beneath your feet. And for a moment, you understand very clearly how small and very lucky you are. Mount Agung, Bali's highest and most sacred peak. 3,031 meters that the Balinese believe to be the home of the gods and the navel of the world. Every temple on the island is oriented in relation to it. The mountain is alive. It reminds people of this periodically. Pura Besaki. Halfway up Agung's slopes, the mother temple of Bali, the largest, oldest, most sacred Hindu temple complex in the country, a center of religious life for more than 1,000 years. During ceremony, thousands arrive in ritual dress, offerings balanced on heads, incense rising toward the mountain above. This is not a museum. It is very much alive. Jatilui Rice Terraces. Over 600 hectares of UNESCO-listed hillside terracing, fed by the ancient Subak water system. Walk the paths for an hour, 2 hours. Lose track of time. Listen to the water moving from one level to the next in a conversation that never stops. Nusa Penida, 30 minutes by boat from Sanur, and you cross into something different. Bali's wild sibling. Roads rough, terrain rugged, landscapes unlike anything on the mainland. Kelingking Beach plunges from cliff tops to white sand in a vision barely real. Angel's Billabong offers swimming at the edge of the world, and at Manta Point, enormous rays circle beneath the surface in one of Southeast Asia's great wildlife encounters. Come prepared for adventure. Leave having been changed by it. Lovina Beach. A quiet black sand shoreline on the north coast, backed by mountains and facing a calm, sheltered sea. Before dawn, the fishing boats go out. And as the sky lightens, spinner dolphins appear, leaping and spinning in the pink morning light. A gentle wonder, the kind that stays with you. Sekumpul Waterfall. Not one waterfall, but 6 or 7, separate curtains of white water tumbling down a lush, mossy amphitheater of rock. Getting here requires a guide, good shoes, and a willingness to scramble. And then you arrive. And you understand immediately why people call Sekumpul the most beautiful waterfall in Bali. Luwak coffee. The Asian palm civet eats coffee cherries. The fermented beans are collected, roasted, and brewed into kopi luwak, reportedly smoother and less bitter than conventional coffee. Visit a highland plantation to taste it alongside Bali's extraordinary herbal teas, surrounded by trees heavy with vanilla, cacao, and clove. Whether it justifies its price is a debate every visitor settles for themselves. Balinese massage. After days of volcanoes and rough island roads, your body will ask you for something. Give it a Balinese massage, a tradition refined over centuries, working not just the muscles, but the energy pathways the Balinese call nadi. You emerge feeling not just relaxed, but genuinely restored. Balinese culture. Bali is the only place in Indonesia where Hinduism remains dominant, woven through with animism, ancestor worship, and a cosmology that sees the sacred not in distant heavens, but here, in the rice field, in the river, in the offering left on a doorstep at sunrise. Every morning, millions of small woven palm leaf baskets are placed at shrines across the island. An act of devotion so ordinary it's invisible, so constant it's the pulse of the place. Dance is prayer, music is offering, and beneath all of it, Tri Hita Karana, harmony with God, with people, and with nature. Not a slogan, the organizing principle of an entire civilization.
The Indonesian rupiah is the official currency, and the exchange rate works generously in most travelers' favor. Cash is king outside the main tourist areas, so carry enough before heading off the beaten path. Bali's villages are its living galleries. Ubud's surroundings alone contain entire communities dedicated to wood carving, silver jewelry, batik, and traditional painting. Each craft passed down through generations. Here, art is not a profession separate from life. It is simply how life is expressed. Balinese cuisine is built on bold spice pastes, slow-cooked meats, and fresh tropical ingredients. Nasi campur, babi guling, and satay lilit are just the beginning of what this island puts on a plate.
Eat at a simple warung by the road, and you will often eat better than anywhere with a printed menu. The Bali waiting for you. So there you have it, Bali in all its layered, living glory, ancient and modern, sacred and playful, remote and remarkably well connected. The crowds are real. The traffic is real, but so is the spirit. So is the beauty. So is the warmth of a culture that still, every morning, makes its offerings and begins again. Now we leave you with the most beautiful images of this extraordinary island. Bali is waiting. The only question is, when do you go? Selamat jalan. Safe travels.